astronomically amazing husband, Ayize.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Today we got a topic for you that's really based off of an experience that we have in our relationship. Not just with each other, but also with our children, too. And so the question that we have today, why are you so damn provocative? Why? Why are you so damn provocative? And so we're asking that question really based off of the fact that, when you're engaged in a relationship, there's an interplay that exists between a man and a woman. A man and a man, a woman and a woman. Depending upon what type of relationship that you're in, there's always dynamics that are present that lead to you getting something, giving something, some type of exchange taking place between the two of you. And so in some situations, there might be a power dynamic that's at play where somebody's being provocative, trying to control the situation, manipulate a situation, and it causes friction in the relationship. And so again, the question is, why are you so damn provocative? And so we're going to answer that question today with giving 3 reasons why people are provocative in our relationship. And I'll just go ahead and raise my hand and say, there have been a number of times where I have been provocative in our relationship.
Wow.
And is it when I'm wearing my underwear?
What? Where did that come from?
Oftentimes when people hear the word provocative, you think clothing. So that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, but we're not just talking about clothing, right? Or trying to get a little something going. We're talking about trying to get a rise. Sometimes from your partner, trying to get a number of things, and one of those things is attention. Yes, absolutely,
absolutely. And so, and like
you've been known to do that.
Yeah, and I'll raise my hand, and I'll happily raise my hand.
You'll happily raise it?
I will. I mean, I'm raising my hand because I do acknowledge the fact that when it comes to my wife and I, we have a very affectionate, warm, loving. I mean, we're just really connected like that. But sometimes, what I have a tendency to do is, I might poke at my wife. I might tease my wife. I might nag my wife. I might annoy my wife intentionally because I'm trying to get some type of attention from her. I want her to to
and it's not like I'm not giving you attention.
Yeah, it's not like you won't even do those things. It's like you do them, but at the same time, it's like when I'm playing with you, it's a different type of engagement. It's a different type of touch. It's a different type of connection and an experience, and it's also a different type of rise that I see within you. It might even turn me on a little bit.
When I get irritated and angry?
Yeah, it warms me up. And so that might be a way for me to to pick at you as a way to start me. But again, when I'm doing those things, I'm realizing that, it's really not your favorite thing to experience. And so I often double back and apologize because I recognize that it's not the way to go. So again, I'm looking for attention from my wife, but I'm going about getting it in all the wrong ways, because at the end of the day, what she ends up being is pissed off with me and not really giving me what I'm trying to get in the first place, which is maybe some of that. And so I'm shooting myself in the foot by going about it the way that I'm going about it. So that's number 1, y'all. And so number two is control. Control. Sometimes people are provocative because they're trying to control a situation. What say you?
So let me give you a great example. When we think about the parent-child relationship dynamic, a lot of times when children can't get their way or they can't have things just the way they want them, or these teenagers are trying to come into themselves and get their point across. If they're not seeing that things are going their way, then they start to get manipulative. They can oftentimes say, I'll give you an example. You're trying to hold a child accountable, right? For something. And if they got some siblings or some past things to reference, and this happens in our house all the time. Well, you didn't say that before last year. Well, you didn't do that with so-and-so the other day. I just don't think this is fair. Like, I don't understand, what it is that I have to do so that I can get some fair treatment because, right? They're going all over the place, and you're just trying to address what's happening right here, right now. Have you ever had a partner do that? You're trying to talk to them about a particular situation, and then they take that on and talk about their whole being. Well, I think that I'm a good husband. I go to work every day, and I try to provide, and I'm trying to get this with the kids, and I try to make sure the car's straight. We ain't talking about all that. What we're talking about is this one particular situation. And so what happens in that dynamic is that what they try to do is shift, oftentimes it's unconscious, shift the attention to a place where they can gain some control in that dynamic, and they can find themselves in a place where now you have to say, guilty. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry because you're right, la la la. Don't fall for that.
And that gets you back to gaslighting. So you're a victim of their histrionics.
Gaslighting.
You're a victim of their histrionics, which makes you feel like maybe I shouldn't be feeling the way that I'm feeling. Maybe I shouldn't be going on the way that I'm going on. I'm asking this particular question. So again, they're trying to control and manipulate the situation based off of them wilding out, based off of them coming at you the way that they are expressing or crying or fussing or
because
doing
it's not just that they have
it
to wild out. Sometimes we just become victims.
Yeah.
It just hurt me so bad when you did that, right? And now you feel like, oh my goodness, I just want to make things better. And it's your responsibility in your relationship and all relationships to tell the truth, and to do it with love and care and insight, not to take care of other people's feelings.
Yeah, and so the third thing, y'all, when it comes to this whole provocative behavior, a lot of times it's based off of number 3, fear. Fear is definitely a motivator for a lot of people's actions. Unfortunately, people are moved by fear. They're trying to protect themselves. And so we often engage in provocative behavior because they're trying to, again, create an atmosphere, a dynamic that's present where we feel like we can be in control. And the reason why we need to be in control is because we're afraid when we can't do it the way we want to do it, experience it the way that we want to experience it. So again, fear is a significant factor because you're trying to provoke other people. You're trying to control the situation. You're trying to manipulate the situation because you're afraid that you standing on your own 2 feet, you existing in this world as you being you all by yourself, and sometimes not having it together leads you to a place where you have to provoke, where you have to manipulate, where you have to steer the car in a certain direction because you can't allow somebody else to do that. So again, you're afraid, which is leading you to be provocative.
The last thing I want to say to you all is that most of the times when it comes to provocative behavior, people are not conscious of what they're doing. They wouldn't necessarily call it that because they just see it to be what it is for them. It's whatever their issue is. They feel taken advantage of or unseen or unheard or, they're angry about what have you, right? So they don't see it as provocative behavior. What I want you to do, if this in any way resonates with you, I want you to think about, is there a better way? Is there another way for me to be able to connect, to get attention, to maintain some level of control over my situation and over my emotions and how I'm handling and managing this? Is there a better way for me to do what I need to do and get what I need to get without engaging in some of these provocative behaviors? They don't take you anywhere. They just make it take longer to get to the issue, don't it?
Absolutely.
Because it becomes days of our lives and young and the restless all up in your relationship, and we're trying to deal with all the drama and all the theatrics and the withdrawing and pursuing and I ain't talking and let's just sit down and stop all that. That takes a lot of energy and time. And let's be clear about what we need. Communicate. Share what is going on for you. It's your responsibility to tell the truth and to do it with love and care. But you can't do any of these things unless you stop playing
and start pushing.